Hello everybody, and welcome to South Coast Paranormal's The Reveal. Now, in this episode, we are going to reveal the Sparta Tea Room. So, with a little background of us investigating there back November of 2019, we had a lot of weird things happen to us. One thing, when we were upstairs, we heard footsteps coming up the stairs, up the stairwell. And when we decided to go have a peek, there was nobody there. That was just one of the many things. We had issues with cameras working and not working upstairs and downstairs as well. We have a portable camera. Actually, I have it right here handy. We had set up, and we thought it was recording the whole entire evening, as it's mobile and we can move it around with us. And when we decided to have a look on the memory card space was used up. It showed that we had used up a lot of space, but there was no files on the memory card. I have no idea why. So we lost a ton of footage. And even when we went back to do the reveal, the same thing happened again with the same camera. Even though each time I tried the camera here at home, it worked perfectly fine. So, to start the reveal, we were going to start downstairs in the tea room on, I believe it's the southeast corner of the building. There used to be a barber, and he worked out of that particular room back in the 1800s. And half the room was cornered off with a blanket and a rope, and he'd sleep in the back, and in the front, excuse me, he would conduct his haircutting business. So we were down there, and we had the portable camera that I just showed you set up, recording me and the EVP session that I was doing at the time. I had John Harris, the podcast guy, with me, and we're both in the barber's quarters, and I had a wireless DVR camera back behind me. Now, what is strange about this, you don't really hear on the recordings, you don't really hear the Spirit Box radio scanning through the stations. And I also had a digital recorder laying on the table. And everything you're about to see and hear didn't get picked up on the digital recorder. Like you hear me talking and asking questions on the digital recorder, but the responses that we hear you can't hear on the digital recorder. So I can't explain that either. But it did come through loud and clear as if somebody was standing behind me, back at the wireless camera and speaking into the microphone that's built into the wireless camera. So, without further ado, let's go on to the very first clip. Just bear with me 1 second. Now, in this next video clip, we are asking whoever's there with us, do you live in Sparta? And the response that we get is, yeah. Tell us your thoughts.
Do you live in Sparta?
So in this next clip, we're asking George the barber if he's there with us. And if you look on the right side of the room, there's a Beatles picture between the windows. And right above that picture, you will see, right after I ask if you were there with us, you'll see a light anomaly flash. And we'd like to think that maybe that's George just trying to let us know that he was there with us, or maybe he's trying to manifest. Tell us your thoughts in the comments.
Grasshopper what? George? George, is that you? Why didn't I take two up? I stopped.
Now in this video clip, this one's a little strange and funny at the same time. I'm asking, were you a barber? Were you maybe a barber? I'm just trying to get confirmation from George, if it is George that's there, that he was a barber and that he's there with us. And we get the weirdest response. It almost sounds like Donald Duck showed up on the investigation. And yeah, we hear a quack.
Maybe a barber.
Now, in this video clip, I'm asking, do you know what year it is? And for some strange reason, we don't hear a man's voice this time. We actually hear a lady's, but she doesn't answer my question to what year it is. She decides she'll just tell us her name. Have a listen.
Maybe you can tell us what year it is.
So in this video clip, I'm asking, do you know what month and year it is? And strangely enough, we don't get the answer we're looking for. I'm not 100% sure if its answer is dead or dad. Have a listen, and maybe you can figure it out.
You know what month and year it is?
Now, in Sparta, they used to build coffins back in the 1800s. So in this clip, I'm asking, did you used to make coffins? And the response is a little weird. You hear a faint voice. We don't know exactly what's that saying, but then just shortly thereafter that, it almost sounds like it's saying my name, Keith. We're not 100% convinced it's talking to me, but you have a listen and tell us what you think it's saying.
Did you make yourself coffins?
Now, in this video, I'm asking George the barber, being he's a barber, there must be lots of stories being told amongst the fellows in the barbershop, and I want to hear some. So I'm asking him to tell me some stories, And the response I get when I said, is there any stories? He said no, and then shortly after that, we got kind of a nasty response. It was kind of funny as well. I'll just say it started with an F and ended with a K, and you'll know it when you hear it. Have a listen.
Let me hear what you did here, George. I'd like to hear your stories. There's always stories told in the barber shop with all the men around, boys. Is there anything you can tell me?
In this clip here, I'm asking whoever's there with us how old they are, and strangely enough, we got a answer almost instantly, and you can hear it plain as day telling us that he is 80 years old. Pretty awesome catch, I think, in my opinion. Have a listen.
How old are you?
Now, in this video clip, you're going to hear a voice answering my question. I'm asking, you can talk to me, and they plain as day say no. So I think at this point, the investigation downstairs, maybe whoever we were talking with was getting tired of us. But the voice does sound a little different than the fella in the last video that mentioned that he was 80 years old. So I am to believe that there's two males entities in this barbershop with us. So anyway, have a listen, and yeah.
So you can talk to me.
Now in this video clip, I'm just about ready to end the EVP session, and I'm asking whoever's there with us, if is there anything else you want to say, basically speak up, because I'm going to end the EVP session, and and I got a response I didn't actually think I was going to get. I'm no sooner done saying, yeah, you better pick up the pace. This is we're almost done and finished, and they go, oh yeah, all right.
Hey, I'm going to end this EVP session. You don't speak up.
Now in this video clip, I am asking how many spirits are here, and I'm not 100% sure exactly the response I get. There's actually two responses, and the first one is kind of you can't quite make out what it's saying. We're not 100% sure. And then after that, you hear them say nothing. Have a listen.
How many spirits are here?
Now, in this video clip here, I'm trying to explain to whoever's there with us in the room, whatever spirit, um, how to be able to talk to us. Saying, this is the spirit radio box, blah, 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 blah. This is what you got to do. And the response I get is almost like an old man, what? And that's what they said back to me after I'm trying to explain to them. Yeah, I thought it was kind of comical. Go ahead and have a listen to this one.
You're not quite sure what to do. You can use this device I'm pointing at, the hands on, and you can manipulate frequencies, the radio frequencies, to make words and sentences.
In this particular video, this is upstairs in Norma and Ken's living quarters. Now, the room that I'm walking into is the room that they say the door opens by itself all the time. It's got the doors are like from the 1800s. You actually have to push with your thumb down on the button so the lever pops up on the other side for the door to open. And Norma says that they have to leave the door open all the time because if they close it, it'll just open up on its own anyway. So as I'm walking into the door, just passing through the threshold, I feel someone touch me on the arm. And I actually thought it was my other investigator, Tammy, sneaking up behind me to catch up and get involved in this particular part of the investigation. But as I turn and look at my arm, there's nobody there. And we caught it on the camera that was out in the dining room, and we got it on the hunting cam that I had set up in the bedroom, because we were hoping that we'd catch something on either side of the door if they were going to open it. But anyway, have a look, and you'll see from both angles that nobody touched me. Well, that we can see anyway. Now, in this video clip here, this is John Harris. He does podcasts, and he was with us in Sparta. He was actually, he's kind of like interviewing us, and he's documenting what we do on investigations. And he has his headset on. He's got some fancy microphone there, to record us and everything, which is really cool. So he's sitting at the dining room table, and we were up in Ken and Norma's investigating, and all of a sudden you hear John go, "Oh, did you guys hear that?" And we all turn and look at John like, "No, what?" And he goes, he's just really wound up. He's never been on an investigation before, and it was really funny. And he goes, "You won't believe." He goes, "You won't believe what I'm hearing here." And he goes, "I swear I caught a voice." Now, I don't know what he caught. It could be a voice. I kind of thought maybe it was me, because I do have some respiratory issues. But no, we kind of ruled my breathing out. It wasn't me because I wasn't really doing anything to make me breathe funny. So yeah, it wasn't me, and nobody else had any issues. A few other people were sitting down at the time, but anyway, I've looped this on there about 3 times, and what it sounds like to me may sound different to you, but to me it sounds like it's going, hey, ho, hey, ho. That's what it sounds like, hey, ho. I have no idea what the hell that means. Maybe it meant something in the 1800s. Maybe it's not even words. Um, so, yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. This was really awesome. Okay, have a listen and definitely tell us what you think. Okay, thanks very much. Have a listen. Yes, I know. One more time. One more time. Now we are down to just some EVPs that we caught on the digital camera. Now this one was down in the barber's room once again, and it was me asking about getting a haircut. Do I need a haircut? And I said, do I need a fall trim? And I guess just after me saying that, if you listen closely, you will hear the words, get out. Now, this was also caught, um, excuse me, this was also caught by John Harris. I didn't catch it. John caught it. So have a listen and tell us what you think about this one.
Gotta come stand close to me. You think I need a haircut? Little fall trim? Come over and give me a little, I'll take a buzz cut.
In this EVP, we were back down in the barber's room, excuse me, and this was caught on the digital recorder, and we got a man saying the word no after me asking a question. And it was the only clip that we caught on the digital recorder out of all the things that you've watched thus far. It was the only thing that was on the digital recorder, other than my voice, but all the other responses you heard earlier, this was the only one that was captured on the digital recorder. The rest was all on those wireless DVR cameras. Anyway, have a listen.
Is there actually anybody here in this room or in this building that you know? And if you do know them, can you tell me their name? I sounded like no.
And we were down to our last EVP. Now this one upstairs was recorded upstairs in the kitchen. Myself and Tammy were up there and we were asking questions, and we caught a lady giving the answer no to the question that was asked. Now the quality of it's kind of not so great, but you'll get the gist of the EVP nonetheless. All right, so have a listen.
Is there anybody up here that would like to speak to us?
And there you have it. That was the Sparta Tea Room reveal. I hope you enjoyed all the clips. I'm sorry it took us so long getting this one out, but you know, the Christmas holidays and New Year's fell into place. So here it is, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and a like, and I can't wait to see what you guys have wrote in the comments. Once again, thank you very much, and we'll see you all in the next one.